Thank you, Tara. Okay, so this is 13, and we did not do this in first period. So if you know you have two sides of a triangle that are 12 and 19, I need the possible lengths of the third side. And I need to see work. What do you do? 19 minus 12 is 7. 12 plus 19 is 31. So you got a homework assignment back, and if you did not show me this, then I did this and said no work, and I gave Doctor homework. So we subtract them, we add them, because 12 plus 7 is 19, and we have to be bigger. If I add 12 and 19, it's 31, and I have to be smaller. Lizzie. Okay. Number 3 is dealing with triangle BAT. This is where I'm testing your vocabulary. I have said that A is the vertex angle. With that said, Lizzie, where are your equal sides? BA and AT, exactly. Now, if those sides are equal, where are your equal angles? The B and the T, because they're opposite those equal sides. So that's the first thing I do. So you're going to do 180 minus 53 is, now hopefully you've ditched your calculators in preparation for the EOC, then what? You divide by 2 because both of those angles are equal, so I'm going to try to show you the arithmetic in the event that you are a little bit rusty. That's going to be 6. I have remainder 1. If I add a decimal and a 0, I have 2 and a 10 decimals here, and I get 63.5. Next question, Trevor. All right, number 7. All right, on 7, let's do some notes on this one. Okay? Here's my figure. So here's G. All right. So let's talk mid-segment. I am testing your vocabulary. We know 3 things about the mid-segment of a triangle. So these are notes right now. This is part of your study guide. What do you know about a mid-segment? Tara? Okay. So mid-segment is parallel to the third side. Now hold on. Let's just digest this for a minute. If this is parallel to this opens you up to lots of different relationships. There's corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, same side interior angles, alternate exterior angles. All of a sudden now, they expect you to be aware of those. Okay? Lucas, what was the second thing? So if GI is half of EF, could I say 2 mid-segments equal EF? That way we don't get into fractions. Okay, that's another real biggie. And what else do we know? What is a mid-segment? It divides these two sides how? Right. In other words, it connects the what? Midpoints. So I gave you, I gave you a picture, but I did not mark anything, did I? Now, it is possible on the test something may be marked, but it's possible it doesn't. If I don't mark anything, then I'm truly testing to see if you know these. Though that's a midpoint, which means this is congruent to this, and that is congruent to that. All right. I forgot what you asked. 7, okay. Yes. No. I don't curve my tests. This is 4x minus 8, and now f, g, I. That is x minus 2. Those are angles, and if we trace the sides, since we have parallel lines, What letter is formed? What angles form a C when you have parallel lines? Same side interior angles, and they are, so that means you do 4x minus 8 plus x minus 2 equals 180. 4 plus 1 is 5x minus 10 is 180. You add your 10, you get 190, and then you have to divide. So I'm going to come over here. How do we divide 5 into 190? 5 goes into 19 3 times, leaves me 15. Subtract. 5 goes into 48. So x is equal to 38. And this is great. We're finished if I asked for x, but I did not ask for x. I asked for angle IGH. In other words, that angle. Now, what do you see? How do I get that angle? There's more than one way to do it. Lizzie? Pardon? There's an F, which means this angle is the same as 4x minus 8. What if you had chosen that angle? You'd have to solve it and subtract from 180. All right, so we're going to say 4 times 38 minus 8. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to do our multiplication. 8 times 4 is 32. Carry our 3, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got 152, subtract 8. So now we're going to subtract 8. That becomes a 4. 12 subtract 8 is 4. It looks to me like it is 144.
No.
Yes.
No, wait, so why did you put it in the F equation?
Because do you see the letter F? Do you see the letter F? That angle is equal to that one. All right, first period, I put it into this one. I said 38, subtract 2 is 36. And the reason why I did this one is because the arithmetic was easier. Now, this is not 36. It's what?
180
minus 36. So that's going to be 5. So that's going to be 1. Just kidding. That's a 7. That's going to be 144. I get the same thing. All right, next question. Yes, sir.
Yes, I got it. All right, so number 19.
Okay, 19, you have each one of these constructions guaranteed on this test. Can you use your computer as your...
No, I think for the last one. We have to print off the sheet.
Well, no, but you have to construct the center of the circle, ignoring the fact that your compass point made a hole in your paper. Yes. No. All right. How do we start an inscribed circle? It's all about your angle bisector. So we put our compass point on the vertex. We make an arc, and we make this arc so that we can move our compass point to this point of intersection. And we're going to make an arc. Then we're going to move to this point of intersection, and we're going to make an arc. Now, you're going to be very careful as you connect this vertex with that point of intersection. You should have 2 equal angles. Then you have to do another angle. It doesn't matter which one you do. So which one do you want me to do? The big one or the little one?
The big one.
Okay, so I'm going to put my compass point here now. And I'm going to do an arc. Then I'm going to move my compass point to this point of intersection and do an arc. Then I'm going to move to this point of intersection and do another arc. So I did another angle bisector. So I'm going to go from here through here to my point of intersection. Maybe I won't make it too long. All right. The center of my circle is where these 2 points intersect. Okay? I'm going to move that out of the way. The next thing we're supposed to do is we're supposed to put our compass point on the point of intersection, which is really hard for me to see back here. And the question is, how wide should I open my compass? Do I start here and do my circle? Do I close it and now do I do my circle? Do I close it more and do my circle? How do I find my radius? We have to do a perpendicular. So you're going to open it so it's bigger than this side. We're going to do that smiley face. You get your you put your compass point on this point of intersection. Locate the radius. No, I don't know where my radius is. I need to find the radius of the circle I'm about to draw. So now I'm going to put this compass point here and do an arc. Then I'm going to put my compass point over here and do an arc. And I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I'm going to connect this point of intersection here. Now, where's my radius? From here to there. That isn't, no, because it's not necessarily from that vertex. So now I put my, pardon? No, you wouldn't have gotten it exact. So you don't do that perpendicular, you've lost at least a third to 3/8 of that credit on this problem. So now we're going to put our compass point here, and I'm going to close my radius so that it is here, and I should be able to draw a circle. So I should see two angle bisectors and that perpendicular, then the circle. Yes. So this was going to be worth 2 points. This angle bisector is going to be worth 2 points. This perpendicular is going to be worth 3 points, and then your circle will be worth 2. Number 20, we have to circumscribe. Inscribe, we're doing inside angles. Circumscribe, what construction do we use? That you drew it. You will not, okay. This is the deal. To get, in order to be awarded the circle points, you must have been awarded the perpendicular points. If you don't have those points, you lose those also. Okay, because your circle's meaningless. Did that answer your question? All right, 20, draw an acute triangle. All right, here's my acute triangle. How do we circumscribe? What do we have to do? This one's easier. Not easier, it's less steps. The fish. All right, so when I do the fish, I put my compass point on an end point. Is my radius good? No. All right, so I'm going to do, and then from here, I go to my other points, end point, and I do another one, and I'm going to draw in my line. What else do I have to do? I have to do the other side. Which side? Okay, so we've chosen the bottom one. And I'm going to hopefully change my pen color. So now I am going to do this one. Go to the other endpoint, or I should say vertex. I connect these two, and where's the center of my circle? Where they intersect. So now you're going to, put your compass point on that point of intersection. Where do you put your pencil point? Does it matter which vertex? Why? Because it should, see, I could put it on that one, It's on that one, and it's what? On that one. I did a pretty darn good job there. That is a good one, isn't it? Yes. Stephanie. Pardon? 17. All right. I don't think we've taken any notes on this. So here, if this is an opportunity to take some notes. Now, in the directions, I use the word centroid. You need to know this word. Centroid is the point of concurrency of what segments? Do you see any perpendiculars here? Altitudes are perpendicular. Okay. So, I know. Point of concurrency is the intersection of which segments? Intersection of which type? Which type? It's not altitudes. What other segments do we have? Angle bisectors?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
No.
Is it median?
Yeah. All right. So this diagram was not marked. So I'm testing to see, do you understand the concept of a centroid? Which means this is a midpoint, this is a midpoint, and this is a midpoint. Which means these two sides are equal, those two sides are equal, and these two sides are equal. All right? If they don't tell you that this is a centroid, they will have those tick marks on your diagram. My question to you is the median, this point of concurrency right here, separates a median from the vertex to it and from the point of concurrency to the midpoint. What is the relationship between those two segments? We've got this yellow, we've got blue, and we've got yellow. What's that relationship? Yes. The blue segment is equal to 2 times the yellow. I know, this is a review. We're reviewing this. You can put this, just let you know. Now, what can you tell me about yellow and the whole segment?
It's 3 times yellow.
3 yellows equals the whole segment. Okay? So what did you ask for, Stephanie? 17. So 17 told us that BF, they told us that this is 17. So Stephanie, how do you get the yellow? How do I get yellow? What's the relationship between those two segments? Blue is what? Right. So if I have blue, how do I get to yellow? Takes, yep, divide by. So this is going to be 8.5. All right. So that means that this is 8.5. So how do we get the whole segment now? 17 plus 8.5. So let's look at this arithmetic. When you have decimals, you have to line up your decimals when you add. So this is going to be 5, 5. Looks like 25.5. Next question. Hale? 14. Oh, excellent. So if we look at 14, there it is. Oh, just lost it. So again, I know we took notes on this. However, I'm going to review this, and you can write notes on your paper to help you review if need be. Okay, this is N. We've got C. I've given you things. All right. So part A, they've asked for a median. Okay, what do we know about a median? Median begins where? At a vertex. And where does it end? It ends on the side, but a special point, at the midpoint of opposite side. Okay, so if I look at my picture, I see that M is a midpoint, and I see N is a midpoint because of the tick marks. Only one of those is a median. Which one is it? To label it, we need two letters. CM. Why isn't ON a median? It did not start at a vertex. Okay? We're not finished. We need to do altitude. Okay, so what is an altitude? Well, what is it? Where does it begin?
At a vertex.
Begins at vertex.
Perpendicular, right?
And is perpendicular to line containing the opposite side. We say that for the obtuse ones.
So would it be
Opposite side. So before we have to do that for obtuse one. I can show you that in a minute. I see this perpendicular and I see this perpendicular. However, there is only one altitude. Why is it BP and not ON? It starts at a vertex where ON does not. All right, just to kind of, this is why we have to say to the line containing the opposite side. If I want to do an altitude from here, none of these, I'm not perpendicular at all inside. I have to be outside to be perpendicular. So I can't be perpendicular to the side, but I can be to the line that contains it. That would be an altitude. Pardon? CM is a median.
Yeah.
Because it starts at a vertex and ends at a midpoint.
Well, then what's an altitude?
Altitude begins at a vertex, has to be perpendicular. So that does not start at a vertex, that does, and there's the perpendicular. The reason why we have to say line containing the opposite side is because in this obtuse triangle, I can't be perpendicular inside, I can only be perpendicular outside.
So that's the only one. Wake up, please.
Yeah, there's only one in there.
That's something B.
BP, Lizzie?
Number 18.
18. All right, we're going back to our centroid. Was that on this page? No. Okay. So here's our centroid. So I'm going to do this. Okay. So in this one, on 18, this is 18 now. 18, they told us AF is 8x minus 9. And they told us FD is 2x plus 7. Lizzie, what's the relationship between those two segments? Pardon? Do sides or do segments ever equal 180?
No. Okay, so
Give her a minute to think.
3 of the yellow.
There's no yellow there, though.
No, but
Wait a minute. Give her a minute. Let her think.
Yellow is.
What's the yellow?
The yellow is the 8x minus 9.
No.
I need 2x plus 7.
Yes.
That's what I meant. I swear. Alright, I want to grow those.
But if you times that by 3, what do you set it equal to? Do you know?
The whole set.
You don't know the whole segment. Trevor?
Alright, so you do 2 times x.
2 times what?
2x plus 7 equals 8x minus 7.
Excellent.
And then,
Okay. From the centroid to the midpoint. That is your unit. If you want this segment, it's double. If you want the whole segment, it's triple. That's the most important segment in these pictures. Not from the vertex, but from the midpoint to the centroid. That is your unit. Double it, you're here. Triple it, you have the whole thing. So now you're going to distribute. So you're going to have 4x plus 14 equals 8x minus 9. We're going to subtract 4x. So you're going to have 14 is equal to 2x minus 9. You're going to add 9. So you're going to get 2x is equal to 23. or x is going to equal to 23 over 2. Now, I did not ask for x, I asked for AD. So AD is the whole thing. So if I can find this, which I can, right? 2 times... Oh, what's 8 take away 4?
4. 8 right.
Hey, the one I missed, I said 12 divided by 3 is 3.
That doesn't make sense. Maybe it's just you and Forrest.
Maybe. Okay, so now what I'm finding is the yellow segment. So 2 goes into 4 2 times. So I'm going to get a common denominator. When you do it, the common denominator is 2. So I'm going to have 23 plus 14. I switched to fractions instead of decimals to do some arithmetic review. That's 37 over 2. Now that's the yellow. How do I get the whole thing?
2 blue. No.
Whole thing. It's going to be what? Multiply it by 3. So 37 times 3 is 21. Carry your 2's 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be 111 divided by 2, which happens to be 55.5. Next question. Maria? Okay, yes. So you could have taken this to a decimal, which was 7.75.
I got 5.75 on calculator.
What, here?
23 divided by 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.75.
Oh, good point. So you have 5.75. Then what did you do?
Oh, I didn't do the rest.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, Stephanie? Okay, number 5 takes us back to the mid-segment diagram. There's our mid-segment diagram. Let me erase some of this. Five. Oh, I like 5. So on 5, we are told that this segment GI is 3x plus 1, and this is 8x minus 15. What is the relationship between those two?
It's mid-segment.
What is it?
5.
Here it is. Stephanie? What do I double? Yes. And that's going to equal your 8x minus 15. So you'll get 6x plus 2 equals 8x minus 15. This is number 5. If I subtract 6x, I will have 2 equals 2x minus 15. If I add 15, I will have 2x equals 17, or x is equal to 8.5. All right, I should test you on all 3 of these. Yes, Ethan. Which one? 15. All right, 15 is our centroid. You all really didn't like that centroid one.
I like this.
Okay, we're back to the centroid. We're doing 15. Let me erase what's in my picture. Let me get some space here. Okay, so 15, this is 15. 15 told us that FD is 9. So therefore, Ethan, what is this piece? 18. So now what's the whole piece? Right. So you'll show me that you said 9 times 2 equals 18. You'll show me 9 plus 18 equals 27. Do not give me just answers, Hale. 6? Yes, you could have. Okay, 6 is back to our mid-segment.
Alright, so 2 GI equals 1 FE.
2 2 GIs. What? Oh, wait a minute. We're back. You're back to the mid-segment.
Yeah.
2 GIs equals 1 FE, and I'm frozen.
That happened when I was watching your notes. Oh, I mean, you can't do it.
Yeah, we can. I just got unfrozen.
It's alright. I already did it.
That happens sometimes. All right, then we're back to here.
Are you
This is number 6, right? All right, so number 6. Number 6 told us, oh, I think I know what number 6 was. No, maybe not. FG equals 2x minus 1, and this whole thing is what? 7x minus 14. What am I testing here? This is number 6. Do you see that? What does that mean? That this is 2x minus 1. Correct. This is a flashback, no, to chapter 1. Whose question who asked for this question? Hale. So you get 4x minus 2. Do you see that, Hale?
Yes.
Minus 14. Add 14, you get 12. Subtract 4, this is the one I missed, Hale. So when you divide by 3, you get 4. And I asked you for this segment. So you're going to say 2 times 4 minus 1 is 7. Maria, what question did I not answer?
I said 2 GIs.
Yes. No. It's almost ready. Any other questions? All right, I will yes, Stephanie. 16. All right, we're going to go back to our centroid real quick. On 16, I told you that this... Stephanie? No, you study with it. I told you this whole thing is 21. So how do we get our unit?
Oh my gosh, that's the second time today I've gotten it.
3. So that's going to be 7. Now how do we go to here? Yep. No, I'll collect it tomorrow so you have something to study with.
I got the question though, guys. Your flashback is gone for it too.
Let me stop my recording.